Welcome to the stage. Tell us, what's been your experience? That's where we are going to start. No, actually, before experience, because we are telling people about missional communities and all that, just give us a brief of what is this thing that we are talking about before we go into a few of the experiences and stories that we have in the missional communities.
So basically, we are the Kisaasi zone. These are our leaders. Hey. Yes, wonderful and amazing people, our people of peace. Kisaasi zone was birthed approximately a year ago, and we take Kisaasi, Northern Bypass up to Kalere, Mpelere, Chanja, Kulambiro, like that, and everything that falls in within. So in Kisaasi we have 9 MCs in the zone, and these are the leaders, and most of them are couples, and they are disciples. And God has been doing amazing things in the zone. And we're here to share about the transformation stories that have happened in the zone.
Nice. He had to mention that most of them are couples, just in case people on the second and third row were starting to get ideas. Most of them. Which ones are not couples? Because most of them, the one in yellow, that's right? Come while stock lasts. Anyway, we know that there have been wonderful stories that have been happening in your zone. Just, do you have some that you could share with us today? Maybe yes. 2 or 3?
Yes, we do have 3, so we should.
Ooh, just draw a bit closer so people can see.
Yeah,
thank you for that shoe.
My name is Wycliffe Ayemisiwe, and yes, thank you for that. I needed it. Yeah, so, yeah, I came with my wife, Alice. Together, we lead with the Muhwezis in the Cedars MC. Now, I'm here to just talk about something that happened. It is mainly our frontier. We've been doing frontier as a zone. And the frontier that the Lord led us to was through our person of peace, Geraldine, in the Kwagala community. Now, this Kwagala community is actually the name that we baptized the place. But actually, it is in Chevando, Kalere. Now, that place is like a ghetto. It is filled with literally broken people. You know, people who are, bakowu. That's the thing. So we got there and we started, doing ministry among them. And, like Pastor Isaac has said, giving them food. We've preached there, distributed Bibles. But then as we went along, you realize that these people need more than just a Bible. They need more than just, evangelism and things like that. And one of those people is called Isaac. Unfortunately, it's not here, but he's a young man that came to us. The first time I saw him was when we were doing the Meet the Cold Shepherd Day. And ideally, you could see that he was different from everyone else. There was something that was just different about him. He was, I guess, even high. He looked like he hadn't had a shower in a while. And so he just came. And now that young man, we've been working with him as a zone, like I said. Frontiers, Geraldine welcomed him in her home. And step by step, we have seen a transformation in his life, to the extent that to date, he actually is part of the guest experience in the Luganda service. He is different. And the more that I was talking about is that actually, over time, we have helped him start a goat roasting, thing in the community, because what they need is economic empowerment, and that's what we are all about. So that's the story I had. Thank you so much.
That's wonderful. Like when you say different, let me tell you my imagery in the guest experience is like mwana blado bade kujaka batisa musavisi. Give me the second story.
Praise the Lord. My name is Silene Muhwezi, and together with my husband, we lead Cedars MC in Kulambilo. Yeah, so our story, my husband and I have been in worship harvest for a long time, but we had decided that we are going to be those good people who just come to church, listen to the sermon, be in the secret service. So yeah, that was us. And we decided we will be in a missional community, but we will never lead. And that was just until, you remember, until last year when we were challenged by our zonal pastors and our cohort shepherds, the MCWs, and they challenged us to start a missional community, but we were not sure. So we didn't actually get in. And then they asked me to just be a children's coordinator in the zone. And so I was like, children, it's okay. They don't stress, no stress, no pressure. So I thought that's okay. So, and as I thought a coordinator, I don't have to be, leading a missional community. I just have to be leading, taking care of, these other leaders. So I accepted. And then around that time, as we were doing Frontier in the Kwagala community, we were doing it with the older people, and then we noticed the children were left out, and there were very, very many children. So when we went there, I decided to collect these kids and start with the children and, talk to them. But most of them were Luganda speakers, and my Luganda is very good. So we got someone, Teacher Fatina, who was already in the community, and we started leading these children together. And so from last year around September, we led them every weekend. We'd go there and teach them. And so in January, this year when the kids were going back to school, we decided as a zone to do Frontier, to give them scholastic materials and everything that they needed. And so we distributed, I think, for about 80 children or more. And so while we did that, one of the kids came to Teacher Fatina and said, but teacher, you've given me these things, but I don't go to school. What should I do with them? So Teacher Fatina came to me and told me, and she said, your friend Regan says he doesn't know what to do with the things. Now, just a backstory, Regan, the boy she was talking about, is a child I saw the very first day I went there. This boy came to me. He's very dark-skinned. So when he came, he says, you know what, teacher? Kids in this community bully me. Could you tell them? They bully me. They say I'm so dirty. I look so dirty. They don't like me. It was so touching. It was really tough. I remember I shared with Papa Wycliffe. And so every time I would go there, I would look for Tigan and talk to him and encourage him and affirm him and his identity in Christ. So I would look out for him every weekend. So when he told Teacher Fatina, and Teacher Fatina knew about this, she said, your friend Tigan doesn't go to school. So what do we do? So we had two choices. Either we take the books away or we take him to school. And so we chose the latter option. So we reached out to Tigan. We didn't know much about him. Then we realized that actually his father was a drunkard who was absent. And so he had just left them on the road, and some well-wisher had picked them, some old lady picked them, took them in. We realized Tigan had a brother who was 9, Tigan is 10, and they had never been to school, they didn't know how to write, they knew nothing. And so we reached out to this lady. The lady runs a bar and a brothel, so prostitution happens around there. It's a terrible place, but that's where the children were staying. So as a zone, we decided to take on these children. We couldn't take them out of the community, of the place yet, because she was taking care of them and they were under her care. So we decided to take them to school, bought them everything they needed, put them into school, but then we had one more challenge. They would come back from school and get back to the brothel in the night. And the story around there was really terrible. Like the things they would tell you, the school told us how they, speak badly and all, and how the other kids are being affected and all those things. So that was first term. Now second term, we decided to take them to a boarding school and take them out of the community. So we got a Christian school. We took both the kids there, got everything. Actually, I remember one of the guys who was receiving the things said, "What? These children, who are their parents? They have everything they need. Like everything they needed, we provided." They were so happy. And so 2 weeks ago, we went to see them on visiting day. You guys, the smiles on these kids' faces. When we took them, they were malnourished. They looked so malnourished. We went to see them. They were looking so healthy. They were so happy. And the other thing you have to notice, when they started, they were in baby class. So we paid for extra lessons so that they could be, they could be brought up to speed to get to a higher level. So one of them now, Regan, who is 10, is in P1. The brother is in top class. And then when we went, they could speak English. They knew how to write their names, you people. They told us Regan is going to be class monitor because his leadership skills are so good. Wow. And so for us, that kind of transformation is because someone stepped up and said, you know what, it's okay, let me step up. If we had decided that we are not going to lead, we are going to stay there, and these children probably would still be in that community and nothing would have happened. So I'm grateful to God for their transformation. And after that, we decided to start an adult MC, so we lead another MC as well.
Wow,
yeah.
Celine.
So yeah, that's our story. So if you're out there and you're scared of starting an MC, don't be scared. Just start, and God will give you the ability to do the thing that He has, brought you up to speed with. Yeah.
Nice. Ain't that a wonderful story? Like, my only scare was there was another story from the adult MC. Wow, that's wonderful. Pastor Jonah. Yes. I don't know if you can tell us any other stories. So just talk to people out there who are thinking, how do I get into this MC leadership thing? Give them an encouragement. 30 seconds. Okay. I'm counting because you've discipled your people. You over talk.
Okay, no stories. Just
Time
want to
up.
encourage you. Yeah, being an MC is a very good space. It brings out the best in you. And God has given us this ministry to reach out. And as Apostle keeps telling us, and He will send you shepherds that are going to feed you and give you knowledge and understanding. And there's sent us. So I encourage you, if you're not in MC, look for one. There are so many zones that we have, and be there. Be a community transformer. Do something for somebody. Be a blessing. And we at Kisaasi Zone, we are blessed to be a blessing to some people in our communities. Thank you so much.